Sweet summer corn might be my favorite vegetable of all time, and sometimes it gets a bad rap, but it actually has about the same amount of calories as one apple, and it has a quarter of the sugar, plus it has a tremendous amount of dietary fiber, which is why we are using it in our creamed corn recipe today. I always like to cut ears of corn in half, and this just helps when you're shucking it, the kernels don't go all over the place. Use a sharp knife, slice down, and for this cream corn recipe, because we're not using heavy cream or butter, we're going to rely on the pulp and juice from the actual cob. So make sure that you scrape this into your bowl. This has a really nice flavor. It has a nice starchiness, so it helps give a little bit more body to our creamed corn. This is a great recipe when there's just corn everywhere. This uses up 4 ears. And scrape with a just regular old spoon. So to saute the corn, heat a pan over medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. One of the reasons I think corn gets such a bad rap is not necessarily the corn, but it's usually the toppings that people put on it. Lots of butter or heavy cream. So we're just using olive oil here. Get our pan nice and hot. I'm going to add 1 jalapeno diced. Now here, if you're a spicy lover, leave some of the seeds in, leave all the seeds in. That's where the heat is. Or you can seed it to make it just a little bit more mild. To this, I'm adding 1 whole shallot diced. The reason I like to use shallot versus garlic is because I feel like the garlic kind of overwhelms the sweet corn flavor, and the shallot really complements it. Smells great. So we want to cook this mixture, not letting it get too brown. We just want it to be nice and tender. A little bit of salt at the beginning always helps speed up the process. My aromatics are nice and tender, so now I'm going to add the corn and the corn cob juices. Smells like summertime. A little bit of salt. I'm going to add 1 cup of water to this mixture. And this will cook, I'm going to stir it occasionally for about 5 to 6 minutes. The liquid has sort of thickened and reduced slightly, so I'm just going to taste to make sure my kernels are tender and wonderful. So the corn is nice and tender, well seasoned. Now I'm going to remove it from the heat and add the cream portion. So I'm using ½ a cup of Greek yogurt. You can also use plain yogurt. With the corn off the heat, we're going to add our creamy factor, which is ½ a cup of Greek yogurt. You could also use plain. And the reason I'm adding this off the heat is because yogurt contains all those wonderful probiotics, so you don't want to destroy the bacteria over high heat. Also, if you add something like yogurt over high heat, there's a tendency for it to break a bit. This is looking so beautiful, nice and creamy. Make sure we get it all the way in. So let's get this plated. So I'm going to let this stand. I'm going to chop up some fresh cilantro leaves. This is going to add a nice herbaceous note. Nice and fine. So now we're going to finish up the corn. Add it to our bowl. No heavy cream here, just all the good stuff. For our finishing touch on this dish, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. Again, this is just going to add a really, really nice herbaceous flavor. Beautiful color on the nice golden corn, and awesome flavor as well. I talked earlier about Mexican-style corn on the cob. This kind of inspired this recipe. We're using 2 tablespoons of sheep's milk feta, and this is adding a really nice tanginess, nice pungent saltiness, and more creaminess. Can't get enough creaminess in this cream corn. So now let's try it. Looks beautiful. It's tangy, it's sweet. This is the healthy cream corn upgrade you're looking for. Hi, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more Eat Clean videos, we've got your whole day covered. Click here for healthy breakfast, click over here for delicious lunch and dinner, and over here for something sweet. These recipes will inspire you to eat clean and feel your best.